Okay, everyone. So we discussed not long ago, a few days ago, that there's a lower level of fear, which is basically when you are cognizant of Hashem being there in front of you, like a fellow human being that's just next to you, that you won't act in certain ways if you know that there's a friend next to you. Out of respect, we described the language as we decided to call it respect. It's not written there, but we decided to call it respect. So there's a certain respect, which is a lower level of fear. The higher level of fear is embarrassment. When you know what's going on a little bit, you become embarrassed to do something that's not right. But then, even if you don't know what's going on, you're not a high level soul to be able to conceptualize what's going on. You at least are knowing that there is something going on. And out of that, you have respect. Like you are in front of a friend, you don't do certain things. So we're going to ride off that a little bit. And we'll understand now what it says. Hashem says, what is Hashem asking from us? Just to fear Hashem. Now the Gemara goes and asks, is fear such a small thing? Hashem says, all Hashem's asking for us to fear Him. Is fear such a small thing? So in the Gemara says, yes. Lagabi Moshe, in the case of Moshe Rabbeinu, it's a small thing. Zutartihi v'chulu. Now, the Alter Rebbe right away asks, a basic question should come, I'm sure many of your Shainim ask it. I mean, the Alter Rebbe right away in Chassidus asks, I asked you a question, is fear a small thing? And you answer that for Moshe, it's not. How is that sufficing you? Am I Moshe Rabbeinu? Comes a massive, massive breakthrough in today's Tanya. It says we're asking from us. Who says every single soul has a piece. I mean, I'm going to be very careful with the words I use. Not a piece of Moshe Rabbeinu. Every single person has a quality of Moshe Rabbeinu, which means to say we have a ray of Moshe Rabbeinu inside us. What does that mean? And before we get to what does that mean, this Moshe Rabbeinu is drawing upon us this basic level of fear to always have it, and also a basic level of love. And the Moshe Rabbeinu is called a shepherd because Moshe is a faithful shepherd. A shepherd herds his flock. He makes sure his flock has everything they need, and so he's zanu mafarnes. He feeds the flock, which is us, with a certain, in this, what we're going to speak about today is a knowing. He gives the knowing, the third level of intellect, the knowing, the connection to Hashem, knowing like I see it, that it's here, to every single yid. Leidas Hashem, to know Hashem. What does it mean to know Hashem? To connect. To be able to connect. Every single person, what is able to grasp. So, just a moment. Just a moment. He says more than this, that in every generation, comes sparks of Moses, and they clothe themselves in a body, the nefesh and the soul. Every generation has their leaders, which have an actual piece of Moshe Rabbeinu inside them, that they feed this Moshe Rabbeinu, this knowing of Hashem, like there's something that you could see it, to all the flock, to all of the neshamas of that generation. To import, he uses the language here, knowledge of the people, that they can know the Eibusher's greatness, and to serve him with a heart and soul. When it comes to the service of the heart, it goes according to the intellect, but particularly the knowledge faculty of the soul, the das, the third level of intellect. As it says, das lekevicha v'avdei v'shalom v'nefesh chafetza. In the future, we won't need one particular soul to give this to us, because everyone will know. It says, Yedu as Hashem, we all will know Hashem. Ach ikar adas, ina yedi levad sheyedu gdul Hashem pisar from Ella ikar hu lahamik daite begdul Hashem litkeim achshavtu Hashem chayzak oemes lelev Hey, excuse me. Bless me. So he says the main thing here is that it's not enough to just connect yourself to a Maisha and not do work. Maisha Rabbeinu is importing to you the knowledge of Hashem. He's giving to you the ability to be able to connect, not just intellectualize a concept, but to have a knowing and to be able to connect to Hashem like you see Hashem. But it's not enough. The work on our part is that we need to, in order for this knowing to develop and fully be nurtured within us, to fully live as a knowing, we need to take time in our day, like we spoke about yesterday, a few times in the day, stop. And he says, Liskoya machshavti, fixate, just stop for a moment and recognize, where did this all start? And think about returning ourselves to our resource, to our source, and to pause the day and to do that. Until it's like something physical, tangible in front of you, we should connect. It's a language of connection. He knew Chava, right? What does it mean? I mean, it means he had sexual intercourse with Chava, but what does that mean in Chassidus and Kabbalah? It says to know, to fully know someone, you need to experience that person, which is why it refers to them, but you need to experience. How can I firsthand experience Hashem? The way I can firsthand experience Hashem is if I connect to a leader like Moshe Rabbeinu, I connect to the piece of Moshe, which feeds me that it's not just anymore a concept, an outside concept, it's experiential level of thought, it's a knowing, I know it's here. But I have to do my part of work. What is my part of work? My part of work is to set times in the day to fixate on this. His boyedus, his boinenus. That's on our part. We need to pause and think, but not just think like ruminating thoughts. I'm talking about to experientially realize that Hashem is right in front of us, and to take a moment to take that in. And then it works. It's not like we just connect to a tzaddik and then the work is done for us. No. We need to do our part of the work, but the capacity to be able to have that level of experiencing Yiddishkeit, Torah mitzvahs as a knowing is now here. May Hashem bless us all with Rahmanas, mercy, compassion, patience.